Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to the today's restaurant news and networking group number one. We are a group of restaurant owners. We are a group. It's a holiday weekend. I'm messed up. We are a group of vendors in the restaurant industry, and we are here to help each other grow our businesses and to also help restaurants solve any problems that they might have or feel like they'd like to ask us. And if you'd like to reach us, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website, trnusa.com, and go to our YouTube page at Today's Restaurant. Give us a like and a subscribe so you'll know when we're posting videos. I'd like to introduce two new faces to us on the board. One is Robert Hernandez, who is here representing the America's Food and Beverage Show in Miami, and Tim Ding, who's representing Serving. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Robert, why don't you give us a quick who you are, what you do, and how we can all reach you.
Well, my name is Robert Hernandez. I'm the manager of business development at World Trade Center Miami, and we are getting ready for our 27th America's Food and Beverage Show. My partner, Robert Barrios, which is a director of sales, and myself have been going to different restaurant and grocery shows to recruit more exhibitors for our show. Our show has doubled in size since last year. This year, we are looking at probably around 600 exhibitors and over 6,000 potential buyers. Our market segmentation pretty much caters to hotels, restaurants, grocery stores, and the cruise industry. And we have a large participation from Latin America and the Caribbean, which come to South Florida to place their orders. And this year's show, we've added a food service area, if anyone is interested, as well as a confection and sweet area, and our beverage pavilion has also doubled in size. So we can be reached here at World Trade Center Miami, which is area code 305-575-2027, and we're here to answer any questions you might have. Or my email is rhernandez@wtcmiami.org. And any questions that you might have pertaining to our show, please feel free to contact me, and I'm here to help, and we'd love to get some more restaurant participation.
What's the dates?
Yeah, September 18th, 19th, and 20th, and it will be at the Miami Beach Convention Center.
I've worked with the World Trade Center in promoting their shows for a lot of years, and when you walk the show, you are going to be amazed at how many companies there are in the world that you don't know about. It's amazing how many food products and how many companies, not only in food, there's furniture, there's equipment.
Yeah.
All kinds of product. It's an amazing show. So we're talking about putting together perhaps a couple of vendors from our two groups and getting some booths. So
we'd love to have you.
We'll talk.
Excellent.
And Tim, good morning. Nice to see you in person.
Good morning. How are you all?
Just give us a quick rundown.
Okay, yeah, quick rundown. I'm Tim. I'm with Servi. That's ser.vi. We are a complete ordering system that takes QR codes and menus to the next level, if you will. It's a complete ordering system where you put the power of ordering items and everything like that into the customer's hands, kind of reducing staffing, because staffing is a big issue right now. So we can kind of reduce your staffing by 1/3 and get you back up to full capacity. So I've been working with Sal for about the past year now. I know him from when we lived in Amsterdam. We've rolled out a lot of restaurants in Amsterdam and UAE, Fuddruckers, Chili's, and stuff over there. And we've been moving into the US space here more recently. And I was actually down at the Orlando show I know Sal was in the New York show. I wasn't at that one, but yeah, we're just, here grinding my title on the VP of marketing on this side, and obviously Sal's CEO, founder, head cheese, if you will. So if there's anything I can do, I'm more than happy to have a chat.
Okay, oh, thanks for coming. I know John McCabe, you were at the show in Chicago, and Robert, you were there. Did you see a lot of companies there involved with robotics?
Oh, yes.
What was your impression of them, and what was the reception that they got from the public?
Well, curiosity. Everybody was curious to see because it's a new innovation. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm old school and I don't really see the functionality, especially with some restaurants that are out of build outs, out of old houses or old buildings that are not level. I mean, I don't know. I really don't see it, but it's innovative. There's a restaurant chain here in South Florida called Sergio's, and he just placed a huge order for like 40 of those robots. He's going to incorporate them all into their restaurants.
Really?
And it's all Cuban food, and it's a mom and pop family type scenario. So let's see what happens when the kids raid the robot.
Wow.
I was impressed by them. I thought they had some good presentations. I kind of like the idea of it in production, back of the house, rather than front of the house. I think you still need that personality to deal with the customers rather than a robot, but it's coming.
Yeah, it is.
John, of course, Ed Gorton. He was at the show, and he took a video and he sent it to me. Did he show it to you?
I don't know. I was with Ed, but I haven't seen it yet. I will see it.
I'm going to show it to you. If I can find it again. Hold on.
I mean, I think that it's going to come, and it's coming because we're having trouble getting help. It's just the nature of the business,
Yeah.
If you said that 15 years ago, you say, no, nobody's ever going to want that. But
Yeah.
Look at the car lines, the assembly lines for automobiles. I mean, they're completely automated at this point, or near completely automated.
When you look at this video, look at the far right of the picture. This is a robot at the show serving tea.
Tea, yeah, I saw it.
You can't really.
Did you see what happened to the cup?
It hasn't opened. We just see your
It hasn't
menu.
opened, Howard.
You can't see it?
No,
No, you've got 4.
I think you're only sharing the window of your folders as opposed to
Yeah.
sharing the video window. You have to open it and then share the video window.
Okay, all right, hold on.
That's why we keep Darren.
That's exactly.
Here, I thought it was the dues I paid, but maybe.
Well, talk amongst yourself. Oh God.
Okay, so just tell them.
No, you gotta see it. Anyway, so what were there a lot of companies there? I know there were robotics, but how about AI?
I didn't get to really go through the
No.
show, to be very honest with you. They kept me in a booth pretty good most of the time.
I didn't see a lot of AI.
I don't think AI is hitting the restaurant industry just yet, but there's definitely some good use cases for it. I mean, it's literally you could use AI to generate menu items for people, kind of like, like for Servi, that might be a great place for you guys to do it just by putting in food allergies and et cetera, and then generating a menu for each individual person. That might be a really good use of AI.
Well, AI over the last couple of months has become a big topic. Everybody is talking about it. It's on TV, it's on radio. Everything you read, it says AI is gonna end the world with AI because So obviously the restaurant industry will use it in some fashion, but what application does it have in the restaurant industry? Tim, you have any information on that?
Well, I mean, I've been using AI for quite some time now, so building quite a few different products. The amount of AI that's out there is mind-boggling. It really is. I mean, when it comes to the restaurant industry, I mean, there's so many applications from it, from launching a new restaurant, coming up with new prototypes, press releases, anything that you need to. I mean, people think of AI in general as just like, oh, there's ChatGPT and it can write things for me, right? But it goes much further than that. Like you can take it to creating logos, creating images, creating videos, voiceovers, whatever it may be. There are so many applications of AI. We're really just scratching the surface. And I think the bigger question is what's the AI system that the public is unaware of? I think that's the bigger question, elephant in the room when it comes to AI.
The technology for it, and the genie's out of the bottle. So now we have to come up with the way to control it, because people like kids in school are using it to write reports.
Right.
People who work in corporations are using it to perhaps do what they do. I know I use it. I've used it a couple of times. And,
AI is not new. That's the thing. Like Google's been using AI for years to determine what ads you see when you're surfing the internet. I mean, it's not a new technology. It's basically taking people's behaviors and catering what they're seeing to their behaviors. And same thing like creating a report or creating etc. It's just taking information and compiling it into someone's search request. I mean, that's really what AI is.
it's searching the web on steroids.
Yeah.
Well,
it's even getting into computer programming. Like for the robotics team, our kids had questions on programming a PID. So I literally pulled it up in Chat GPT as, how do you program a PID? And it literally spat out word for word, the steps of how you use the steps to program your PID. And there's 3 things in a PID that you have to set, and it talks them through that. And now that's something that we can hand out to these kids very feasibly versus trying to explain it.
Yeah, there's even ones that'll do all the code, right? I mean, you put
the code isn't quite perfect there, but it's getting there.
Not yet. I think you're on a short timeline, and the more people use it, the quicker and faster it gets, and it's more advanced it gets. I mean, it's to the point where you can take a picture of something, you can draw something on a napkin, take a picture of it, and it'll build the code for it.
Yep.
Well, and there are 3 programs out now: the Chat, Bard, and Bing, I think it is. I'm not sure of the name.
Yeah, Bing is a search engine, and they're using basically the Chat GPT code, but opening it up to real-time data, where Chat GPT is 2-year-old data.
Yeah, and I'm even using there's other ones out there like called Perplexity, which are tied into the internet now. I think ChatGPT 4 is as well.
It's interesting if you type in a question on chat, and they give you the answer, it probably comes out around 250 words. And if you ask the question again in a different format, it'll give you another 250 words with perhaps a little additional information. So you have to sort of piece together the information to get a full report. It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting and it's scary at the same time. But like I said, the genie's out of the bottle, and we got to control it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice enhancement. It doesn't necessarily serve as a threat like everybody thinks it does, because it's really just processing information. It's not creating anything.
Right.
Or replacing.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to show you this video, because the robot was making a cup of tea at the display at the show, and the robot's arm came over and was putting the cup on the machine, and the cup fell over. And what do you do then? People are always worried that the robot's going to replace people, but you need somebody there when the machine screws up.
Yeah,
It will happen.
I told you, Howard, I think what happened on that one is the robot was shipped and got jostled a little bit in shipping and wasn't recalibrated at the show. And if you don't recalibrate it, it's going to make mistakes.
A lot of people say the same thing about me when I was born.
And people drop cups too, so it's not like, people don't make that mistake. So
Yeah. It's just interesting to think about what applications all this new technology is going to happen. And I mean, this is all happening at breakneck speed.
I think one of the biggest benefits of it's going to be higher paying jobs in the restaurant industry to maintain the hardware. I mean, you're going to need higher skilled employees.
Mhm.
But like Robert was saying, this chain of restaurants just bought an army of robots.
Yep.
That's going to be it's a novelty now. People looking at it, people want to go see it. The kids want to go see it, so they might show an uptick in volume for the restaurants.
Well, remember, you don't buy them. You lease them.
Them, right?
So after you get tired of it or the gimmick's old, you can cancel your contract, because I spoke to some of them.
Yeah, they're running about $6,000 each.
Between 4,500 and 6. And I think each of them, they have like a maintenance plan of about $400 a month that you have to pay on them. If you want to program it to do some advertisement on the robot. Some of it was kind of cool, but I don't see it. I'm old school.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want a robot taking my order, bringing it, and taking my credit card.
The younger generation does. They don't like talking to people.
I know. Yeah, I always say that generations travel in a group together. People of a certain age or like a decade, they travel through time together. And you look at a kid like my grandkids. I have an 8-year-old granddaughter. She takes Terry's phone and does all kinds of things that we never even knew what to do with it, because that's second nature to them. They don't even know what they have no idea what we have already lived through. They don't know the history. They don't have it. So, but it's becoming normal to them.
Yeah, and then she put her own Face ID on it. I'm like, what are you doing, Sophie?
The danger of giving them an unlocked phone.
Yeah, well, she knows what to do with all of it, believe me. And she started her own business as a phone tech. So she said, that'll be $5 to put your own face back on.
That sounds more like ransomware.
Yeah, she's pretty smart, let me tell you.
It's pretty amazing what technology is doing. Well, let's do the intros and see who we can come up with. Darren, why don't you start us off?
All right. Good morning, everybody. Darren Gall, Tracy.net. We are a communications consulting and solution provider. We help restaurants by helping them save money on their phone services, as well as eliminate large upfront costs in purchasing of hardware and equipment. We tie it all together. It's cloud-based, so it's easily managed remotely. In times like COVID, we're on the fly. You have to route things around different ways. We can help with all that. So once the number's in the cloud, we can pretty much move it anywhere. So we have a bundled solution for restaurants starting at $85 a month, which includes the hardware and the service. It gives you 4 actual lines of usage, as well as up to 10 calls queued in the cloud. So people don't get busy signals anymore when they're calling you. It's a great product. It's great for franchises. It's a super easy deployment. It's a deck-based system. So there's one device to plug into your internet router, and all the phones are just up and running, automatically pre-programmed when they're shipped. So it's www.traci.net. Sales@tracy.net for the email, and our toll free is 800-881-8899. We can provide the service anywhere throughout the continental US and Canada.
I have a lead for you. What you said in your intro was that if somebody called a restaurant to place an order or make a reservation and the line is busy, they will lose that customer.
100%.
And this restaurant is a Chinese food takeout place,
Okay.
and they are experiencing that problem.
Yep.
They're right in Boca.
Happy to help them.
My friend,
Yeah, we did it during COVID is when we came up with it, because I was trying to support the little mom and pops that don't have web presences.
right.
You know, so you still had to call them, and you just got so frustrated because the phones were always busy. So, you know, like Howard said, you hang up and you call the next one, and you call until you get one that actually answers.
So
Absolutely.
I have two things I have to send to you after the meeting.
Sounds great.
All right, remind me. uh, Dos Amigos,
Trace.
Chris and John.
Morning.
Good morning.
So we are strategic supply chain partners. Our other partner who's normally on a call, Kevin Anderson, is not here today, but he did attend one of these reverse trade shows yesterday, really successful. I guess they kind of work like speed dating. You got 3 minutes to do your spiel and make a contact. So that was fun. But anyway, strategic supply chain partners, we function as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients. The goal being to save or reduce the overall cost of goods sold for food and consumable products that they're buying. We typically save between 8 and 15% for our clients, and it is really done through structuring better distribution agreements for them, putting in place manufacturer direct deviated pricing programs, and mostly just taking our industry knowledge and sharing it with small to mid-sized restaurant, small to mid-market restaurant companies that really don't have that expertise. A lot of them just don't.
Pick them up.
You froze for a minute there, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was having a blackout.
Freeze frame.
For some reason, I'm getting a internet connection unstable signal today. So anyway, John, you might want to pick up and finish if I'm locking up here.
Yeah, I had a couple questions for you, Chris, if you're still connected here. Do you have any price tidbits? I mean, are egg prices going down? What items do you see the prices are going up? And
eggs are supposedly crashing right now. Cheese is coming down. Chicken, I looked at a report the other day. It's interesting. The like USDA reporting is showing 14% reduction in chicken. Yet we have clients that are 50% where they were a year ago. When we look at old distributor versus where they are now. Latex and vinyl gloves. Last year, people were paying up to $176 a case for those things. They're down in the $36 to $40 range. But at the same time, you have other products that are double where they were a year ago. Frankly, it is all over the board. There's no correlation between what's going on with a lot of pricing in food service and what we talk about as rate of inflation at this juncture. What I can tell you is that Cisco put out their Cisco's fiscal year runs through June to June. They put out their annual report. They quote in their annual report struggling with 15% inflation, and they basically passed on 15%, near 15% price increases to their customers last year. So, but it remains a crazy world, and it is incredibly, you know, I do all the analytics clients to say, here's where you were, here's where you are, here's how much we're saving, because there's just there's such volatility. The analysis is quite complicated. Bottom line, John, prices are all over the board. Beef is moving. Beef dropped briefly in February. Beef is going back up right now.
Yeah.
You know,
I heard avocados were coming down.
Avocados are coming down. Avocados is one I thought would pop into my head. I don't have it right now. Yeah, here's one: tomatoes. We see prices on tomatoes going up. Romas, especially for our pizza concepts. So, I mean, things are just, it remains a challenging environment.
I gave your company information to somebody on Facebook this week. I didn't think it was like a lead. I just mentioned you in a comment. This company, this restaurant, has several locations, and they sort of produce a product in all of the restaurants, and she was trying to bring all the products into one kitchen and then send it out to different locations and have them buy it from her. So something like that. You know, it was sort of like a franchise operation. And
Yeah.
she was going to have the local store buy the product from her, and she was looking for a way to do it. So I gave him your.
Well, honestly, unless she wants to have a physical operation, she's running in trucks.
Yeah. That's not a stocking.
Yeah, I know, but I figured you'd have some insight.
Well, we definitely can hook her up with some co-packers, and we definitely can talk about pricing to bring product in. But you know, it's got to be enough volume to be able to build a deal around it too. So
Right.
send her our contact information. I'm happy to talk to her and see if there's something we can do.
I was just trying to get your name out there.
Okay, appreciate that, Howard. Thank you.
The best way to fight that 15% increase by Cisco is teaming up with us.
Absolutely.
And you know, Cisco's not the only one that jacked up prices. They've all had to do it just to maintain. I mean, they have very, very low profit margins in that business, like low single digits. They all have to do it. And it's just a matter of understanding how to negotiate a better deal, what's available. And again, it's really simple. You don't know the right questions to ask because you don't know what you don't know, and having people who know the questions. And one of our partners cracks me up. She, Lisa, the new one that just joined us, she always says, because she worked on that side for years, she's like, I know where all the dead bodies are. So we know where all the dead bodies are, and we can help you figure that out.
All right.
Yeah, I think we found Hoffa.
Any more questions, Mulholland?
That's it. Good job, Chris. I'm here to make. I'm the dummy. I'm making him look smart.
Well, you're doing a great job.
You're more like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, there you go. Can I ask Darren a question real quick?
Sure.
Darren, do you guys do anything in businesses besides restaurants that require call center technology?
100%. Yeah, that's actually more of what we do. Okay. So it's actually, and it's going from what's really call center to contact center, where it's much more about that whole management, because phones aren't just phones anymore. I mean, there's chat, there's SMS, there's, you know, tying into your social media accounts, being able to respond to that all into a centralized ticketing system, and monitoring also all sorts of analytics is really the big thing that call centers want, and contact centers. They want to know everything about those calls.
Okay. I may or may not have an opportunity for you. My other business, my consulting business, I'm actually working as a fractional CEO in a believe it or not, solar technology company. They have a call center that they're having some challenges with.
Absolutely.
We might need to be able to talk.
That'd be fantastic. I'd love to help you.
Okay. All right. I'm done, Howard.
Seems like your day.
This is a good day. I mean, we need more calls like this.
All right, John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Name is John Bunn. I'm with the Bunn Company. We manufacture the bun tying machines. Most people have seen it in bakeries, pork roast, beef roast, rotisserie chickens. Now with plastic bags, plastic products having problems, we can tie vegetables, we can tie restaurant packages for deliveries to secure them, pizza boxes to hand carry out. How many times you buy several pizzas and it's raining or it's snowing, depending upon where you live, and now you got to set it on the car to get your keys out of the pocket. It's a mess. You can carry it by the twine. It's simple. It's easy. My name again is John. Give us a call. My phone number is 800-222-BUN. And no, I'm not a weatherman, Howard. My email is info@buntyco.com, and our website is buntyco.com. We're here to help you. Been around 117 years. Literally anything you can think of, excuse me, we've tied it. Enjoy talking to everybody, and we appreciate it.
John, you
just
look
don't
great
look
for
that old.
117.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I sent
John,
you,
you and I think alike.
did you get the information that I sent you on that bakery chain?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
I don't know if it's applicable or not, but you never know.
All bakeries are good. They all got to tie them up and secure them for people.
Yeah.
We've been doing
And pizza
bakeries since
places.
the 1930s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I grew up with that machine. I always say that, but when I was a kid, I used to go to a bakery in my neighborhood and they had that machine. It always fascinated me.
They're cool to watch.
Come up and see our museum. I've got the original #1 bun.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when we're up there, we are definitely gonna stop and see it because I would love to see it.
Everyone.
Where are you, John?
welcome.
You in Florida?
Lakeland, in between Tampa and Orlando.
He's
Yeah.
not far at all.
Just a heads up, I'm moving to the Tampa St. Pete area.
Oh, cool.
No way.
You are?
Good for you.
Is that where your girlfriend is?
She's ironically wanting to buy down there too, so we're both moving down there, but not together, but each buying a different place.
Before you move, John, come
Yes.
down, come see me, and I'll help you look for some areas where it's pretty good.
Okay, I'm definitely going to take you up on that.
Yeah.
As long as you're
There's
not.
certain areas where it's real bad in traffic and you can get around and do some things, and depending upon what you like, we can help you.
I'll
That'd be
definitely
great.
take you up on that.
All right.
All right, Mr. McCabe, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. John McCabe. I'm with Carpet Johnny. We're a large manufacturer of ice cream, gelato, and pastry equipment. And we're starting to assemble equipment now in North Carolina, which cuts down on the lead time quite a bit for us. Just returned from the NRA, National Restaurant Association convention. We had a very good show there. We're part of the Ali group, so we have quite a big exhibit at the show. I will be exhibiting at the Italian Wine and Food Festival coming up in June 7th. And then we'll also probably be at the cruise ship interior show on June 6th. So it's going to be a busy time. And Robert, I'll take a look at your thing, see if we can maybe
Great.
fit it in.
Appreciate
However, it's about the same time as the Florida Restaurant Show, I think. So,
It's 2 weeks before.
okay. Then maybe see what
Whoa. Say that again? When is the 2 weeks before what?
The Florida Restaurant Show.
No, the Florida Restaurant Show is in November.
What am I
Okay.
thinking of?
Am I not right, Terry?
No, I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
it's
East.
in November.
I'm thinking
I
about
thought it was in
East,
September.
yeah, no. He's right. It is in November. I'm thinking about the East. There's a show in California with vegan.
Oh,
and,
that's the California. That's the Western Restaurant Show.
yeah.
Yeah, the Florida Restaurant Show is hooked up with the
National.
Pizza Tomorrow show. They're co-branding it this year.
How
and
is
it-
that pizza show?
I was scheduled to have a booth there last year, but there was a hurricane and I chickened out and I didn't go. So I couldn't tell you.
They're both going to be at the convention center this time at the same time. So we won't be doing that hotel that we had to do last year. So it'll be back at the convention center along with the pizza show. It should be fairly good.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll look into that one.
And take a look at the website. You can actually see how many booths have been sold at both shows and who's exhibiting.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, we have a booth at both. So
I think this is our for the newspaper, this is our 28th year exhibiting there.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
In a row?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Darren and John Bunn were at the show last year. They were hanging out by our booth and
It'll be
Lots
better
of
than
interesting
next year, I think.
companies.
years ago we used to bring printed newspapers. We up until 2018 we were in print, and we used to bring thousands of newspapers to the show, and everybody that walked by, I stuck a newspaper in their hand or put it in their bag. Everybody got one.
Yeah, and they
But
threw it
now-
back at you for doing it.
Well, and somebody would say, "Well, is your paper red?" I said, "I'll tell you what. Go into the men's room or the ladies' room and look on the floor in the stalls. They'll all be there. People
Yeah,
read
and
them."
then the Restaurant Association, because we are members with the Florida Restaurant Association, they would come over with their trucks and get bundles of newspaper to go put them up front where the papers were because they were gone like instantly. So that's it. That was a good feeling, but
But now
now
we're
they go
digital.
directly to the owners and the restaurants.
John McCabe, were you finished? I didn't want to cut you off.
Sure, that's always fine. We're also part of the Ollie Group, and I can be reached at 401-368-6406. Look forward to discussing frozen desserts with anyone. Thanks a lot.
Where's
Great.
that Italian show? Is it in Italy or here in the States?
It's at the Coral Gables Country Club.
Oh, it's in Florida.
Yeah.
Is that open to the public?
Only to the trade, but I could probably sneak
Trade.
in.
You'll have to
Nobody
chill in the
sneaking
machine for a
him in
while, Howard, as he
anywhere.
brings you in.
I could pull ice cream cones from the machine.
Well,
It's all right.
you're part of the trade.
I dare you to sneak Darren in.
I could probably talk my way in.
You could talk your way in, no question. Or out, for
I'll
sure.
send
right.
you some information, Howard.
Okay, thanks.
Your wealth of information.
TRN Terry, good morning.
Good morning. It's a holiday. I feel lazy. However, I still have to work with my group, and what that consists of is finding restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and I'm actually now looking for assisted living homes as well for our monthly leads report, which comes out
I
once
didn't know
a
you were
month.
looking for assisted living. That's really hitting close to home.
Well, it's not my fault. That's how you think. Anyway, so so these reports come out once a month in an Excel spreadsheet. We give you owners' names, addresses, phone numbers. And sometimes if the phone numbers are there and I have the name after, that's their personal phone number. Email addresses, we look as hard as we can to get all of them. Where they're at in their production of opening the restaurant. Have they just started looking for a site? Are they permitting? Whatever. At any point, anybody that wants a copy, and most people have them in, well, they all have them, I think, in the first group, or the second group. Anyways, if you want a copy, just send me an email. Terry, TERRI at TRNUSA.com, or go online on our website. You can get it there. And for the restaurant owners that are watching this video on YouTube and learning who all of our professional people are, if you need any specific item, any specific piece of equipment that we have not discussed, please call us at 561-620-8888, or fill out a questionnaire online and we will help you find that piece of equipment. Guaranteed. Thank you.
Thank you. Robert, if you
Oh,
want to,
also, I'll give you a sample of the report if anybody wants one, since we have new faces on the board. Just ask for it.
okay.
Okay.
Robert, did you want to add anything to your intro that you might have, now
No,
that you've seen
no.
what we do?
No, again, we're here to answer any questions you might have pertaining to our America's Food and Beverage Show, and we'll keep growing it, and it's gonna get better and better every year. So
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's an experience to go to that show.
Is there a lot of free samples?
Yeah, there's a lot of samples.
Oh, good.
A lot of
You
good
did not
food.
say that.
Just like going to Costco.
There you go.
What's nice about it is you get to see companies who are not specifically United States. A lot
Right.
of companies from the South
Latin
America.
Well,
America.
we've got India this year. We've got Thailand. We've got Canada with a big pavilion. We have Pan American Foods. We have Ecuador, Colombia, Argentina, Paraguay, Italy,
Wow.
Africa, Spain, and
Wow.
Brazil.
Wow, that's great.
And last year we wanted a large African pavilion, and due to the immigration and getting visas, they weren't able to get it. But this year it's taken off, and we've got about almost 20 of them. So it's great, different, wonderful products. And then we opened up food service area, which is ovens, anything that you would need food service pertaining, as well as the bakery and confection. A lot of cake vendors, a lot of bakery ovens, a lot of bread manufacturers, frozen products, a little bit of everything.
That's wonderful. We're
Yeah.
very excited. We're
It is.
telling everyone.
It's a good vibe. It's a show with a good vibe. It's got a lot of energy. There's really good ROI potential on our show, and the buyers look for it. They look for new products to move to their countries or their facility.
How do you find, I mean, all these companies coming into the United States for this show? How do you, probably John McCabe can talk to this also, but how do you find, let's say, a manufacturer in Ecuador?
Well, we have reps. We have, remember, we're a World Trade Center.
No,
So
I understand, but if they're manufacturing in Ecuador, are there problems getting it into the States? Freight factor and duty and all that?
No, first it comes in as a sample. So a sample is legal to come in.
It's not for sale. You're
Right.
bringing it over the, would say,
Okay.
they
Well,
mark
let's
not
say
for
somebody
sale.
comes through and they want to order it. Somebody in Chicago comes to the show and they see a machine that's made in Ecuador.
That's the biggest problem I see with food products at these shows, is that they haven't got distribution in the country.
Right.
So people go through this things, they, wow, I really want that, but they don't have distribution. And so it takes a little coordination with different brokers or distributors to be able to cover the marketplace. So,
but we have distributors and brokers at our show that are there for that same reason. I met a gentleman in Chicago that wines from Spain, but needed a distributor to go to the Caribbean and Latin America, and we hooked him up with somebody that we work with here, and then he will make all the arrangements to export the product. And you're right, a lot of people do want the different items.
Yeah.
Well, you've obviously got a way to get them there, or you wouldn't be doing the show. So that's
right.
That's a good thing.
Before I was involved with Carpigiani, I was a food broker. I owned my own business and did a lot with Canada and different areas bringing products in. But I had relationships with distributors that would take it.
Yeah.
Where that was real key, that being able to sit down with distributors, hey, I can put you in this supermarket, I can put you in this chain. So that's an important thing.
We get a lot of supermarkets, especially from the Caribbean and Latin America, that come in to buy their products here. But everything comes out of Miami anyway.
Yeah. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's the advantage of people coming to Florida to go to the show.
Oh, sure.
This is the point where everything gets shipped.
Yeah.
Oh,
to be honest with you, we lose a lot of business because our corporation will have a distributor in that country, and they won't let us sell it here.
Well.
And
yeah. Well,
the way it is. So
it's been like that for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
They come here. They come over here for design work, and they come over for the complete package.
Right.
And,
right.
If we can't supply them, they're going to go to our competitor.
That's right.
Well, even on the dealer level, people come over from Jamaica, they come over from the Bahamas, and they've got a list of things that they need, and they shop it here, and it all gets consolidated and shipped back to them.
That's what happens in our show. Our show has a little bit of everything.
Well, I'm sure you'll see a lot of us at the show.
You'll be very pleased. It's a wonderful event.
Was it the Miami Convention Center?
Yeah, the new one. The
Well,
new
you,
big building one.
you and or Roberto is welcome back. It's when we have a
Thank
full
you.
when we have a full house. Today is
Absolutely.
still of a skeleton crew, but a quality group.
There you go.
Quality over quantity.
Right.
Just quickly, I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News, and we have been around since 1996. And we invite you to give us a call at 561-620-8888 or visit our website at trnusa.com and go to YouTube and watch the video at Today's Restaurant. And I thank you all for coming, and thank you all for sharing our pre-holiday meeting. Appreciate you coming, and
Thank you.
we'll see you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.